Perspectives: why Keke Palmer and black women's bodies are continually scrutinized in reality. Because the patriarchy despises it anytime a woman, especially a black woman, has any authority at all. The Keke Palmer video has generated a lot of discussion. In my 20s, I was a young Christian who aspired to be virtuous. I discovered in Sunday school that this meant women should put off having sex until after marriage and avoid all sorts of attention from males until then. We were informed that if we concentrated on our studies, black ladies like myself wouldn't become pregnant, heartbroken, or even worse, a hoe. I believe that if I followed the rules exactly, I would be married by the time I turned 30, have a large house, go abroad, and start my real life. The hold that purity culture had on me was tiresome. On the one hand, I was advised to maintain chastity, dress modestly, and solely yearn for employment and motherhood. On the other hand, I grew weary of repressing my sexual inclinations. When I did engage in sexual activity, I would justify it to myself by saying things like it doesn't count if it was only once or God will forgive me. Even worse, I believe that going to the doctor to learn about birth control amounted to willful sin. And I wasn't the only one. My friends and I were always condemning ourselves for having human wants. My friends were largely black women who classified as Christians or religious. This meant that we never discussed sex while we were together. In our own personal lives, we felt that we could never fully embrace our sexuality without feeling guilty or unrighteous. I've worked hard over the years to free my body and myself from the ambiguous rules that told me I was wrong for expressing my sexuality. But outside the walls of the church, purity culture continues to dominate how people perceive black women and our bodies. A video of actress Keke Palmer being serenaded by Usher last week caused the internet to go viral. Usher is shown in the video singing "There Goes My Baby" while wearing a sheer outfit with a black bodysuit underneath during his residency in Las Vegas. As she finishes the statement and says "Look at you," he aims the microphone at her lips. Palmer poses with her palm to her chest, peacocks, twirls, and smiles broadly. We might have been able to see her flushing if we were close enough. Palmer behaved similarly to any of us if Usher were serenading us, to put it another way. Palmer's son's father, Darius Jackson, tweeted a few hours after the video was published, "It's the attire though. Mom, you." The overwhelming response set off an internet firestorm that resulted in cable news network coverage, viral jokes, and even a brand launch. A lot of individuals, mostly men, turned to the internet to support Jackson's sexist remarks. They said that Palmer's clothing choices were inappropriate or even embarrassing for a mother with a newborn at home. At the same time, Keke received a flood of support. The internet served as a timely reminder that mothers are free to dress however they see fit. Jackson's remarks resonated into feelings cultivated through many years of misogyny and bigotry. When black women use our bodies for purposes other than bearing children and taking care of a man, the troops of the patriarchy swiftly form up to attack us. This is an old and lazy ploy. The patriarchy despises it when a woman, particularly a black woman, has any authority at all, which is the real reason the Keke Palmer video generated so much discussion. This idea has its roots in the time of slavery, when our bodies were bought and sold for manual labor and made to become mothers.